Recording it. No! Hey, don't fight that lady! Oh my god! No. Hey! Ma'am, get in your car. Oh my god! I got it! Oh my god! Don't fight that lady! No, it's okay. Go ahead, girl. Get up, hey!
You could hardly believe what this old lady had just witnessed. The teenage girl, who was visibly shaken, kept her distance from the scene. The older woman who had been attacked sat in her car, holding her head and trying to calm down. On February 3rd, 2024, the officers arrived quickly and began assessing the situation. They separated the individuals involved in the altercation. The aggressor, a teenager, had already fled the area. The woman, who was around 60 years old, was clearly in pain but managed to give a statement. She described how she had been on her way home from Best Buy, just trying to navigate through the busy intersection.
6 months old. I'm 10-12 so far.
Feeling rough. I felt fine, but the more I'm waiting, the more I'm starting to not feel so good.
Okay. Did you need a EMS?
No,
Check you
I
out?
used to be one.
Do you need a EMS right now?
No, I gotta get my son home. I'm going to go.
I make contact with the victim. She's south of, on 27, just south of 42nd Street. She was having concussion
Call
from
your
it.
dad and ask him if he can come get you. I might go to the hospital. I'm gonna see if I can get
If you can get me a EMS code, check her out. She's asking for it.
Courtney provided her own account to the police, explaining how she had seen the teenager attack the woman without any apparent provocation. The officers called for an EMS to check the woman for a concussion, as she complained of dizziness and a headache. They assured her that she would be taken care of and that they would find the teenager responsible for the assault. The woman mentioned that she might need to go to the hospital just to be safe.
now instead of waiting for them to drop her down.
Right.
The girl that assaulted me, she's a young girl, way behind me, like 4 car lengths behind me, not even close to me.
Right.
So I have my signal on because that's what you do. And I don't get over right away.
Right.
That's not how I drive. I have incentive with my insurance to not drive. So I've started to get over because she's way behind me.
Yeah.
She doesn't want me.
The police officers began to gather more details from other witnesses. The lady in the car explained how the incident began when the teenager had suddenly started tailgating the woman's car. The woman had her signal on and was trying to change lanes when the girl sped up, trying to prevent her from merging. The woman had tried to stay calm, but the girl had continued to drive aggressively. This led to the sudden and violent encounter at the traffic light.
Lane
Right.
because it was too short of a time span.
Yeah.
So she almost hit me.
Okay.
So this light, she passes, gets in front of me, gets in the turn lane. I got in the turn lane because I wanted to get her
Tag.
yeah. No other reason. Like I don't want.
The lady explained how the teenager had aggressively cut her off, forcing her to maneuver quickly to avoid an accident. The lady had initially been trying to merge into the turn lane safely, signaling her intent, but the teenager had accelerated, refusing to let her in. Despite the tension, the lady continued her turn, hoping to get the teenager's tag number for reporting. She had not anticipated any physical confrontation, only intending to document the reckless driving. When they reached the next traffic light, the teenager had abruptly stopped in the turn lane, blocking her path.
And not speeding or anything like that.
Yeah.
Neither was she.
Yeah.
Until she didn't want me to get over.
Okay.
Then she sped.
Okay.
And then she went around me, because I obviously finished getting over.
Yeah.
So then she went around me, and by then, she's in front of me.
Yeah.
So then when we get up here to where the turn lane starts, she gets over into the turn lane, and that's where I followed.
As soon as the cars stopped, the teenager got out of her vehicle and approached the lady aggressively. The lady, caught off guard, had stepped out of her car as well, not expecting what happened next. The teenager started swinging at her, landing several blows before the lady could react. Despite being capable of defending herself, the lady chose not to retaliate. She stood there, absorbing the hits, hoping the situation would de-escalate. Her primary concern was to avoid further violence and get help. The police were understanding, acknowledging the lady's effort to stay composed and handle the situation with restraint.
Oh, okay. Was he with you?
Yes, that's my son.
Okay.
He's autistic.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't do anything like that with him in the car anyway.
Yeah.
especially with him.
The lady continued to tell the officers that her autistic son was with her during the incident. She emphasized that she would never engage in such an altercation with him present. When the teenager started the assault, her son instinctively got out of the car.
And in the white truck next to me, told him to get back in the car because he was hollering at the other girl, telling the other girl to stop. Because everybody knew that she beat up on me. I didn't go to her. I didn't start swinging. None of that.
Witnesses around the scene recorded the incident and called 911, providing crucial evidence. After the attack, the teenager got back into her vehicle and drove away. The lady, though bruised and shaken, managed to keep her composure and ensured her son stayed safe. She hoped the authorities would take swift action against the aggressor.
Bleach blonde's not real.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
kind of hard to tell.
And
But
she
it
went
was
that
more
way?
her way she was talking.
Okay. So she went that way,
She went that way.
and then you
that's all.
you pretty much pulled
And
over
then
here.
the lady that called 911 was in front of me, the one that did the video.
The old woman noted that after a while, the teenager realized people were recording the incident on their phones. Despite this, she continued to throw a few more punches. The lady's son had gotten out of the car, but bystanders urged him to stay back and avoid getting involved. She reiterated that she did not want to hit back. Although capable of defending herself, she did not believe in fighting a much younger person. The teenager appeared to be in her early 20s, and the lady, feeling protective, refrained from escalating the situation. The lady described the aggressor as a white woman, possibly of mixed race, with bleached blonde hair. After the attack, the teenager drove off in a hurry.
Phone 911. The light turned because the whole time the light was red.
Yeah.
The light turned, and she told me to follow her through the light because she has 911 on the phone.
Yeah.
So
The light turned green and the witness told the lady to follow her through the intersection while she stayed on the line with emergency services. The witness later sent the lady the video, which she planned to share with the police to ensure they had all the evidence needed for their investigation.
That video?
she sent me the video because I told her, don't stay here. Who knows how long it's going to take. They had kids in the car.
Yeah. Do you mind if I see that video?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told her, I said, you know, just give me everything you've got, your name and everything, because they wanted me to have her name. She wanted me to.
After all that, she asked for the witness's name and contact information to give to the police. The officers then requested to see the video, which the witness had agreed to share. The police also asked for the lady's information, including her vehicle registration and driver's license. She provided these details, hoping it would help in identifying the aggressor and bringing her to justice.
She had to come way back to me.
Okay.
I wasn't right behind her when all that happened.
Okay.
I was farther back because I had no intentions of getting out of my car, but also I have my son in the car, so I don't know what to expect. So let me get out. Whatever's going to happen, let it happen away from him. You know.
Can you find that the video if you have one?
The teenager had driven back to confront her, and she had stayed at a distance. She stressed that she had no intention of getting out of her car, especially with her son present. Finally, she showed the officer the video, which captured the last part of the fight.
They didn't start videoing it until
okay.
towards
And this
the
is
very end,
this is her.
but those were the last punches.
No! Hey! Hey, don't fight that lady! Oh my God! No! Hey! Ma'am, get in your car. Oh my God! I got it! Oh my God! Don't fight that lady! No, it's okay. Go ahead, girl.
In the footage, she could be heard asking people not to fight and expressing her concern. The lady admitted that she felt a lot of pain after the adrenaline wore off. Initially, she did not realize the severity of her injuries, but she began to feel lightheaded and unwell as time passed.
Yeah.
Then I'm starting to feel really bad. So. But as you can hear, she's like.
When the police arrived, they assessed the injuries, focusing on the lady's head and neck areas, which were severely affected. The officers then took pictures to document the injuries. The 60 years old was still feeling the effects of the assault.
I believe you're the witness of the assault, just that caught over here by 42nd and 27th.
Yes, Miss Lake.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Lake. Yes, ma'am. I just pretty much, she saw me the video. It's kind of, it looks horrible. It looks really bad. I mean, especially for, somebody who's hitting on, 60-year-old female. So can you just tell me, like, what you saw, what you witnessed and stuff like that?
Okay, okay, we don't.
Officer Orono from the Ocala Police Department approached a witness who had recorded the incident. The witness described how they first noticed the altercation at the traffic light. The witness's daughter had seen the teenager arguing and then hitting the lady. Alarmed by the violence, they both got out of their car to help, and the daughter began recording while the witness called 911. The witness provided the details they saw and confirmed that the video showed a serious assault, especially against an older woman.
We know is that she was up in the front and the lady went back to her car.
Yeah. So you
The young girl went back to the lady car.
You witnessed her throwing the first punch, right?
Yes, my daughter witnessed her throwing the punch. We didn't see the older lady didn't hit back at all that we saw.
Okay. She started feeling lightheaded, and
We knew she would.
Yeah,
That's why we didn't want to leave her,
had
but I got another engagement.
yeah, she was kind of feeling a little bit of concussion.
Their daughter recorded the event and confirmed that the older lady did not retaliate. They noticed the lady becoming lightheaded and were concerned about her possible concussion. Due to other commitments, they could not stay long but were worried about the lady's condition.
Yeah.
She ain't had no business at all.
Right.
That's the only reason we got involved, because she was younger than her.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she was hitting her like real bad too.
Like she was a goddamn teenager.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she ain't had no.
They had managed to get the teenager's license plate number. This would help track down the car and ensure that the teenager faced consequences for her actions. The witness was adamant that the teenager had no right to assault the older lady and felt strongly that charges should be pressed. They hoped that the lady would pursue legal action against the teenager. With the vehicle tag information provided by the lady, the police began searching the area for the suspect's car. They soon located the vehicle at a residence and identified the suspect.
You know, right? Okay. Okay. Alright.
Tell us what happened, or we ask you questions?
No, I can tell you.
Alright, just give a second, and so since we got here, I'm just gonna read your rights. Alright. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you said can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present while you've been questioned. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you.
Once at the suspect's home, the officers began the process of reading the suspect their Miranda rights. They informed the suspect of their right to remain silent, noting that anything said could be used in court. The officers explained that the suspect had the right to consult with a lawyer and have the lawyer present during questioning. If the suspect could not afford a lawyer, one would be provided. They also made it clear that the suspect could choose to exercise these rights at any time and refuse to answer questions. The suspect was asked if they understood these rights.
Before any question, for your wish, you can decide at any point to execute these rights and not answer any question or make any statement. Do you understand each of these rights? Okay. Having that in mind, do you want to talk to me?
The suspect began explaining their side of the story. They described a confrontation at a traffic light where the lady cut in front of them, even though she had her blinker on. The suspect said that the lady was very close to hitting their car, so they swerved and threw a bottle at her vehicle.
She's already like right here, she's about to hit me.
Right.
So I start honking, and she keeps cutting over. So I swerve into the other lane, and I throw a bottle at her car. Okay.
Okay.
And then she starts like driving crazy, like getting all up on me and stuff. So when I get at the light, I stop, put my car in park, and I get out. And then I walk to her, and she walks to me, and she's in my face. So I push her back, and then she gets back in my face, so I hit her.
You knew that was not right.
This action apparently caused the lady to drive aggressively towards them. When they reached a parking spot, the suspect got out of their car and walked toward the lady. The lady approached them, and after a brief exchange, the suspect pushed her. When the lady came back into their space, the suspect admitted to hitting her. The suspect acknowledged that their actions were inappropriate.
Yeah. Alright. You want to turn around for me? Alright.
Y'all gonna bond her out?
Let her ass sit up there doing stupid shit like that.
How old are you?
About to do 20.
Oh, 20, okay. 6921. Alright, so I thought it was gonna be some minor Yeah, I thought it was gonna be some minor altercation and stuff like that, you know. But I got there, she's got all these bumps on her head and stuff like that. So
The officers noted that the lady had been taken to the hospital with a concussion, indicating the seriousness of her injuries. She was 60 years old, described as a frail elderly woman. The teenager was surprised by the severity of the situation. They initially thought it would be a minor altercation, but upon arriving at the scene, they saw the lady with significant injuries on her head. Later, the situation required immediate attention as the lady, who had suffered a concussion, could not drive herself. Emergency services were called to transport her to the hospital. The suspect was charged with battery against an elderly woman. As a result, she was sentenced to 12 months of probation. Also, she was required to complete 40 hours of community service and attend a 10-week anger management course. She was also prohibited from having any contact with the victim. The suspect's father expressed confusion over the source of her violent behavior. But still, this is nothing compared to what this officer has to encounter in the video on your screen.